Jaja run the thing. Yeah. Bless up. Why is my... Yeah. Yeah. Bless up from the chest up. Grand rise and head to poo. God bless. Guidance and protection. Caribou. Welcome to dCyfa. Welcome back again. Not a day. Not a Friday. Not a colonial week. Work week out of the way. Well, almost out of the way, right? Friday. It's free up Friday. That's what we're gonna do on a Friday. Free up. Let all that stress you built up all week. I'm gonna let that out, breathe that out. And you know what I mean? Go into our deep breathing. And you know what I mean? Stay on that path. We're trotting. We're trotting. As we and the togetherness is building, the strengthening, each day feeling the vibes building. Let's get some greetings on meantime in between time. Yeah, Courtney dear, bless up Courtney. Bless up Courtney, yeah, there every day. You beat Toy this morning. I know Toy probably had a little hook up. Bless up Toy. Bless up, give thanks you guys. I don't know whoever else is out there. You said necessarily sent a greeting, but yeah, bless up for being in this space. Give thanks for being here, tuned in, tapped in. Well, we're gonna tap in a second. Tuning in. I got this meditation on Free Up Friday, and you know what I mean. Do a freedom style. I'm gonna run some dub later on and have a slight little conversation. Frenchie and I and you guys talk a little bit about what's been going on. See that sun, the sun glimmering off off of my wall over there. Straight on my, that's where this shine, this extra glow on my face. I'm gonna have to dim that down as the sun comes through the clouds there. Bless up. But it's you know what I mean, it's nature. The sun reflecting off of me. You know what I mean? See the effect? So I see it dimming down. Sun going through a cloud. That's good. Thanks for that message. You know what I mean? Just sending light. Give thanks. Bless up. Bless up Mudiwa. Amina Marika. Bless up. Bless up for being a part of this. You know what I mean? As we build our strength and gather energies. Together. We're going to do this weekend. We're going to start the first. We're shifted to Telegram. We're going to shift. We're going to come off of Facebook. We're going to talk a little bit about that process. I'm pushing. I'm believing. Telling myself, and I'm going to try to put it together. They're not going to stream to Facebook. I'm going to pull the piece off of Facebook, whether we do it this week or not. I'm definitely already cleared my personal account. So I may leave up the dCyfa page and just stream to the dCyfa page and pull down this. I don't even know how Facebook works really. I've got 2 pages under dCyfa. I'm going to figure that out. Pull out of there. We've got some issues going on there. And in the meantime, but definitely in the long term, that's the plan anyway. Yes, Pamela in this space. Give thanks. Bless up, Pam. Bless up for being here. Bless your heart. Tuned in, tapped in. Well, we're going to get tapped in. So let me deal with this real quick. Let's get this meditation piece going. And then we're going to bring Frenchie in and have a reasoning around, not a real reason. We ain't going to go too heavy. We're just going to discuss the issues with censoring and security, privacy. I hadn't set it up yet. That is emerging and is only going to get worse. And it's crazy because, well, we get into the reason. Let's get the meditation going. Catch a vibe. You know what I mean? Tap in. And clear up this, tap into the source. Make sure what was in the end and clearly connected. So we ain't got as least interference as possible. Right? And we're not caught up in our minds. Let the thoughts go. Let the thoughts go. I got a lot of psychic energy going on myself right now, and so definitely want today to be less mental heavy. You know what I mean? But just discuss a little bit about this, the possibility of coming on Facebook and what would be the alternatives that will, you know what I mean? Everybody can get, still find the feed, stay connected. And keep building this progress, because what I'm seeing is that it's going to be a tight circle of people who come together to do these group meditations and build and do work. This platforms to feel free to open up, to engage each other. We're all aboard this building this arc, strengthening ourselves so that we can make this mission, this big trot that's in front of us, right? But in the short term, we got some real immediate issues to deal with. And one of them is whether or not we stay on Facebook. So in that light, I'm going to bring up the meditation pieces. Get that started so we can tap in. Let go, or like I said, we were saying, let go of all this psychic energy going on. Let that go. Let that be. You know what I mean? Let that be. And just tap in. So you know how I go. 4-4 breathing. Diaphragmatic breathing. You know what I mean? Like the Buddha. You want to see your abdomen come out. Feel your abdomen come out as far as you can when you do that in breath. Feel it because it obviously the air is not going into your stomach, right? It's filling up that abdominal cavity as your diaphragm pushes down into it. That is deep breathing, the essence of deep breathing. So you can put your hands on your abdomen and focus on that and follow your breathing and do the chanting mantra as in mentally, right? As you do the breathing. It's best with headphones, but if you ain't got headphones, let it run. All right. I'm gonna do about 5 minutes.
Am
Yes, yes, yes. Stopping it at 5 minutes is tricky because it's just I time it just when I feel like I'm going deep. I say yeah, we're just practicing. Just it'll make the whole thing eventually gonna be about meditation, but just when I'm going deep, I say yeah, let's pull up. So that's a little I don't know. We're gonna figure that piece out. Um, so we can take that meditation higher. But yeah, name levels. Let's bring in Frenchie. Bless up, Frenchie.
Grand Rise.
Grand Rising. How you feeling?
Echo.
Echo. And I had it in right. Thinking about it as soon as I came in. Gotcha.
Greetings, beautiful people. Greetings, Iman.
Bless. Greetings. And we got Moorish here too. Let me bring Moorish in. Let me bring Moorish in if he's ready to. Let me see. Is he ready to? Okay, in the background. He's in the background. Just give me a signal if you're ready to come in or if you're just listening in from this site. Um, yeah, let me know. Um, so yeah, in name levels, just wanted to get a little bit into how you feeling? How the meditation for you? What's your energy like? See you outside, taking in the sun yourself.
Yes, Canterbury fixed my backyard 2 days ago, and now I'm just so happy I have this outdoor space to be in. For meditation in the morning, and the sunrise is right here, so it's perfect.
Great.
Feeling good. Definitely feeling the energy and the I wouldn't say tension, but it's something. I can't put words on it for now. It's something happening right now. A lot of synchronicities, like we were talking about. A lot of confirmations, a lot of positivity as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I joined the Thrive movement this morning.
Okay, you finalized it.
Oh yeah, I'm all in for that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, too.
We have solutions to some problems that we are facing. And, it's all about connecting overseas as well, finding like minded individuals all over the world and connecting through the mediums that we currently have while we're transitioning to something new, forming those connections now. So, very excited about joining this movement. I'll keep you informed of whatever I learn, information, knowledge that might be useful to us. I'm connected.
That's beautiful. Thrive, yeah. That Thrive movement. It's been through. It's in this second phase or third phase, kinda. Um, and it joining in and collecting forces with people that are doing such positive things, because
Yeah.
that's what the Thrive is doing now, right? It's connecting all these different people that are creating solutions and bringing it all to the table and supporting and funding them. And
Yeah. Well,
um,
for those who don't know the Thrive movement, what I could do is I could share my screen quickly and just give you a
it's-
little walk about what is on there. I don't have my. I just signed up this morning, so I haven't like explored my back office.
mhm.
But I can show you, the website and the interesting parts about it.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah, please do.
bored, but just let me share my screen real quick. You want to do some comments, some greetings?
But I did some greetings.
Oh, sorry.
Well, actually, yeah, I did. I greet those that sent the greetings.
Okay.
And okay, here we got you. We pulled that up.
Okay, so the website is thriveon.com. And currently we can view both movies, both documentaries. Thrive 1, I believe, was filmed in 2013 or 15. And Thrive 2 is what I watched first, which is dealing with what we can do right now, talking about sources of energy, free energy from the unified field. Very interesting watch. I would suggest anybody who hasn't watched it to start with Thrive 2 and then deepen with Thrive 1. And you could see when you watch Thrive 1 that, everything is aligned with what they were talking about then is what is happening now. You have a media section. Not sure what's in there. I actually haven't clicked that part. Okay, but what I like about the movement is that they are proposing actions
Hmm.
for us to take. See beautiful quote here, and it says, it's really when we are expanding our awareness and finding movements like this. For me, it called me very strongly because it's aligned with everything that I believe, and it proposes actions that we can take to contribute that don't necessarily cost money. Practice stillness, discern your purpose and path of action. This is very important. Living a life that is aligned with your dharma, with your purpose. What can you do? What are your talents? What are your skills? Align it with that so that we can be the most powerful. I think we were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah, yeah.
Collaborating with others in a network of networks. So we are working to decentralize, right? The
Hmm.
problem is that there is a grand pyramid scheme. I understood why people are talking negatively about pyramid schemes. It's not because of those multi-level marketing companies. They are actually trying to help by building, well, some of them, I can't speak for all of them, but some of them that I actually have been part of in the last year or so, they are actually trying to help form new networks and communities of wealth. And the media likes to depict it as something negative. The reason being is because we are in the biggest pyramid scheme. We're living in a pyramid scheme where, at the top we have the three families: Rockefellers, um, Rothschilds, and the Morgans. And then you have below that everybody, like the corporations, and we are at the complete bottom of the pyramid. In Thrive 1, they talk about that. I did show it in my presentation yesterday, a
Hmm.
little 5 minutes of explaining that pyramid scheme. But really, the bad pyramid scheme is our life right now, the way that it is. We're completely we're slaves right now to these three families. So through the banks as well. So yeah, stand for the non-aggression principle. That's the only law that they're advocating for, that we shouldn't have any laws but that one, the non-aggression principle, and apply it to your life. Support uncensored independent truth media. So then we're going to be talking about that today.
Hmm.
And I don't know if I click on that, if they're actually giving us some of those media maybe that we can explore. I can look at that when I pull my screen down real quick.
Right.
Require information consent and health freedom. That's all about the privacy.
It is.
Uh, Advocate for ethical breakthroughs in technology, talking about the sources of energy that we can replace what we currently have, that is part of the system. They're working on new technologies that are not in the media right now because they are not to the advantage of the Grand Pyramid scheme, right? We're talking about free sources of energy, that
Mm-hmm.
would not harm the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Energy pulled from the unified field, from the torus, if you know about the torus,
Yes. Yes.
helping establish a true free market, voluntary exchange, honest banking, alternative currencies, support legal rights of ecosystem, the whole environmental movement here, and facilitate an end to corporate personhood. Corporate personhood being a corporation having the same rights as a person.
Exactly. We went in heavy on that
Yeah.
Monday, and then again yesterday as we discussed solutions and the nationhood piece. That we got our local expert on that. Let's do a couple greetings real quick. Sophia's in the place. Bless up, Sophia, sister Sophia, Grand Rising. Bless up from the chest up. Shalom, Che. Give thanks for supporting and being here. Part of this process, runners. We change this paradigm and redirect our energies inward. It's an inward piece. You know what I mean? Looking within, tapping within. The source is within us. Give thanks for being a part of this, you guys. Every time. So on them levels, yeah, Thrive's been a big influence. And I don't know if you had a chance to see like Zeitgeist, which Zeitgeist, Jerry D in this spot too. Bless up, Jerry D. Give thanks.
Hi,
Bless up,
Jerry.
bless up, bless up.
You have to thank Jerry because Jerry's the one who put me on to dCyfa.
Okay, well, bless up, Jerry, for the link up. Give thanks, because that's a big this connection definitely is going to be fruitful, ain't no doubt about it. From you and Canterbury's music and the learning programs we're running and bringing this voice to our children, it's a big focus today. We wanna deal with this media issue and privacy and just a slight reasoning, not get too heavy in the psychic energies. Just deal with that and considering options and where we could take this and whether or not we want to keep building in Facebook because the goal is to come off of Facebook and focus on the children. The educational programs we're building, these collaborative efforts of bringing the resources that are together that are heard locally. Keisha's here, yeah, bless up, Keish. Keish, you hooked. You said you're hooked. You're in. Give thanks. I love you like life. You know that. So yeah, these energies coming together and collecting and directing them so we can support our youth, right? Um, we had a reason yesterday, first meeting with Ngadi, sister Ngadi. I got a long history with my family, and Osira said and the practices we do. And so we had a meeting yesterday about this unschooling program what we're looking to build up. Yeah, man, you know that. You know that, Keish. Um, this unschooling program that will, you know what I mean, able to bring the children's voice out, right? So we was discussing some pieces, and the connection was it was a excellent opportunity to see how the children's voice needs to be put front and center. And we talked to her daughter, which was we mentioned a little bit this morning. I was talking to you on the side as we was prepping for today, this morning show, that it was so critical having a daughter there, which wasn't the original intention. We thought it was just going to be adults, but her presence made us realize that is the key piece. The
Yeah.
children not only need to be in the room, they need to be the center of the whole planning process. It is their voice that we need to bring out. You know what I mean? And so her daughter made this one comment and said, "Stop saying what the future. Stop. Don't put that pressure on me. Don't put that." You know what I mean? She she said, look, it irritates me when people say, yeah, you are the future. Like, and just dropping everything, take this whole big garbage bag that we're building up and throw it on them and say, yeah, you deal with it type of. That's the energy it comes across with. I don't think we intend it, but I think the majority of people, it gets conveyed like that, maybe unintentionally, the majority of people, but regardless, that's how she felt. And it was good to have that reflection from her saying, look, we're in this together from now. Give us our due. Like, let us be in our position as human beings right here, right now. I'm a full human being. I may not be what you consider a grown up yet with the responsibilities of paying bills and whatnot and debt, but
But see,
I am a full human being. That was the message we got from her, and it was so powerful. Just it had made us all, it was full adults here, and we had to just sit back and lie back in the chairs and say, yeah, we got this all twisted, scheduling this meeting about the children, not with the children.
right?
Yeah.
With, um, the image that I have is our children being our seedlings, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we just have to make sure that we provide the fertile soil. We pour water into them every day, give them the nutrients that they need so that they can thrive the way that they're supposed to encourage them in what their interests are right now today, because they already know what they like, what they love. They just want to do that. So,
So,
you know, provide that platform for them to do more of what they want to do. We shouldn't have them think about going to school being disappointed. My daughter's 5 years old. She doesn't want to go. She rather stay home because now, staying at home with mommy is more stimulating than school.
this is it, and it's nothing like that love from the parent.
Yes.
It ain't no, I mean, teachers are wonderful. I love primary school teachers all across the island, across the globe. I got the opportunity as a in primary seven to be a part of the ISSE program, International Student Exchange. What's the other one? ISS. It was two S's, but anyway, traveled to Sweden and spent 3 weeks there and they came to Bermuda for 3 weeks and stayed in my family and went to school with us every day for 3 weeks here at Francis Patton, and then I went to the school out there and saw the different system and got an appreciation from early that education is completely different in different places. There in Sweden, they have 3 years with the same teacher.
Mm,
It does it from primary school. So you build this strong relationship with this mentor. It was smaller class sizes. It was about 12 to 15 people in the class, and with her for 3 years, or with the in this case it was a female, but with the primary school teacher for 3 years consecutively. But the key is in the third year, the next teacher comes in. So every other year they have two teachers at the same time. And so they're building this transition and getting to know these students in the
wow.
third year. So it's never a just you move up to a new year, you got a whole new teacher, and you spend the first 6 months getting to know these students. And then by the time you get to know these students, they're going on to the next year, basically in the next couple. You know what I mean? You know how that process goes. You've been in the system,
Yeah.
and you lose that the most important dynamic is who is this student becoming? You know what I mean? And helping them become that person, and then you shift them over, and the only thing they get really is grades. They don't really get a portfolio doesn't really go with their students. I know because it doesn't make it to high school. If it goes through primary school, the teacher has to kind of ask for it. Yeah, what you got any work that this student done? It maybe it be some art that they had up on the board or something. But you generally don't get between years this continuity of who this child is as the in their development, in their growth. You just
Mm.
get the grades and the report cards, right? Which is just a quantification of something that's
A
yeah.
tiny representation of the person. Like it's not even representing the person, it's representing how well a person was able to ingest information and
Oh,
put it back out properly. Like it's like, I don't know. But just to say real quick about the 3-year teaching, I can attest that when I was working at Delwood Middle School as a French teacher, I would have my students for 3 years. you know. And I
Mm-hmm.
had that privilege of having my students for 3 years. I wouldn't be with them all day. I would see them about 2 hours a week. Imagine what I could have done anyway. But at the end of the 3 years, it was real love. You
Well,
know, I
because you
cried every
as
single
as a
time.
language teacher, you had them that whole 3 years, right? I didn't think about that.
I had them for 3 years, so I watched them grow and expand, and I was so proud of them once they reached M3 and they were not graduating but moving on to high school. It's a beautiful relationship that you can form with these children as you're teaching them. And I always like to say that I teach French, but it was my vessel. Was just a
Mm-hmm.
vessel for me to teach. I love the fact that I was teaching French because I was teaching a subject that was quote unquote not that important,
Right.
but it gave me a leeway to teach other
Other
things. I had
thing.
that freedom because nobody speaks French, right? So I can be teaching French, but teaching them, about life and reasonings, and it was just a beautiful experience to be able to connect with young people like that. And yeah, I imagine what I could have done if I was with them all day for, for 3 years. It would have been sky's the limit. So wow, it's a good thing. You said it was in Sweden, it was like that?
Sweden, yeah, it was in Sweden. I was actually in Gothenburg or Göteborg,
Mm,
um, which is in the, I guess, kind of the south of of Sweden.
mm,
Um, and so we spent 2 weeks in class with them, right there in class every day. And then we went to Stockholm for a week, about 3 4 days, and toured around Stockholm, and then took like a ferry ride across to Denmark. And it was a wonderful experience, exposing us to a whole different view of how learning can take place. And that shaped my whole experience all the way through. And I've collected that all together and hopefully be able to compile it. And with this co-op, this educational co-op that we're building, um, and we were just exchanging resources all the way through from the adults that have built this, the expertship up. You know what I mean? They become, if you've built something up that you are good enough at to train somebody, come be a part of this. Bring that training on board. We're gonna facilitate that, so you eat and the children eat, and fund it, and have these kids activated. Got them activated. And stop using the word kid.
uh,
Children. This young adults, growing adults. These bring them into our society, give them an opportunity to feel responsibility, to make time, put them on a work site as soon as possible. You know what I mean? And feel that because I remember back in the day, it was significant to be on a work site and feel that feeling when your boss comes around. You got to pick up, stand up, and get, you know what I mean, pick up your tool, make sure when your boss is around, you got your hurling a tool. You better be hurling something and ready to do something, because they'll send you home one time. That first day they saw you sitting off, when he tell you do this and you're sitting down, and he comes back around the corner. Yeah, go ahead. That's it. The second day you do that, that's it. Don't come back tomorrow. And you learn that's responsibility. You had that. What? I had $200 coming in a week. All I had to do was sweep up around the site, and you know what I mean. And now I'm going, and you learn that. That's a
consequence.
lesson.
This is this
Consequence.
is how it works in life.
Hmm.
It's not like you get an F and you fail and then you get 1,000 million other chances to try. No, that's not how life works. You know,
No,
it's like if you fail, you get a consequence, and that's it. And then you try a different way next time.
this
You
is
know,
it.
like in school, they were offering opportunities to redo tests. I'm like, why would you give the same exact test twice if the child failed once because he like
It's
that's
it.
not how life works.
No, it is. The system became so abstract to me. I put it down that you put it in a book because there was a limitation of resources at one stage. So you had to put information in these books. And you know what I mean? So you had a teacher who was the one teacher who was the expert, and then you had these limitation of books. So the process became just this abstractification of what you actually want them to be able to do. This
Right.
preparing them for this factory type life. And
Mhm.
along the line, we had some amazing I think in the early stages, particularly in my early stages, I had some I call it magnanimous individuals. Dean Farbit, this guy, I don't know if you ever had an experience with him. This guy, Dean Farbit, was such a personality, right? In the neighborhood, in the community. He would literally pick you up by the scruff and you know of your neck. Literally, this guy was so big and you know what I mean. He was a tower. In primary school, Dean Farbit was like this big tower, and he would scare you straight. You know what I mean? And so that we had them personalities, and I think that made the balance for how society was progressing at that stage, because the system is really it's not really for us, you know what I mean? It doesn't really bring the best out of us. But now we're lost a lot of them personalities. You go through the schools, you just don't feel that presence of a
Oh,
deep fabric walking down the hallway. It's not the same, you know what I mean?
no.
And not to to this any the other principals and head teachers and things that are out there, not in any way discrediting what they're doing. I'm just saying that it's not that we don't have them type of personality, because we're not grooming them like what they went through to come
Right.
to it. They came through a different system or adopted it and put all our stock in it. And we see the proof of the capacity of these young people to deal with responsibilities. It's just not there, right? It's not because we're not fostering it. We're not fostering it. Uh,
No, it's not a representation of the world that we live in, unfortunately. But in Thrive One, they are talking about education and explaining what is, well, what we already know, but it's a good way how they put it, and how we are producing basically obedient, military like. It takes 12 years to train a human being from 5 years old to 12, to train them to sit still, listen. I mean, why in the US they would teach children what to do if there's a bomb? They teach children how to act if there's a bomb. Hide under your desk, cover your head. Like, while we so while we're teaching them to be scared, and to, like, there's a threat, and authority and figures of authority is a big thing. It's like there's the teacher, there's the student. Like, anyway, we
yeah.
can go on about that, but I just want to finish out by saying that if you're interested, just on the Thrive subject real quick, if you're interested in finding out more, you can go to thriveon.com, and you can subscribe for 7 day for free. If you want to explore the Freedom Portal, is 7 day free trial. You do have to put in your credit information, which I just did this morning. I have not explored the portal yet. I'm just sharing what I'm doing right now.
Mhm.
um it's $19, well, $20 a month. After that, you get unlimited access to the movie. Definitely thinking about hosting maybe a screening of the movie, but I don't see why I would do that. I was thinking about it, but like, everybody has access to it. So if you're interested in this, just check it out. There's a solution hub. I absolutely love that.
Mhm.
This is my favorite part. It says it's coming soon, but it's basically giving us a new way of not living, but getting out of that system that we're in right now. So it's an open resource, coordinated activism. Like Martin Luther King said, those who love peace must learn to organize as effectively as those who love war. This is our offering towards that end. So it gives us options, and I'm very interested in those options.
Excellent.
Here goes my vision here of the light around the earth, and the connection, and
Mm,
the geometry, and the big hug that we can give to the planet. This is exactly what my vision looks like.
wow.
Yeah, now for me, this is it. I'm super down with this. Like, I'm
Yeah,
100.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna dig into that and let you know. Um, yeah. Oh, they even have a model. I didn't even see that. What? Check this.
Mm-hmm.
Self-organizing in communities. All right. All right. I'm diving into this today. This is it for me. Okay. All right. I'm gonna stop sharing because I
Okay.
don't want this to take forever. But if you're interested, just have a look. I'm definitely interested to have a conversation with anybody who's gonna check it out. So you can hit me up. Oh, you can't hit me up on Facebook anymore though.
Yeah. So let's get into that little phase of the conversation real quick.
Oh yeah.
Because we went into the youth. Definitely want to discuss the youth. Definitely that piece and this the co-op we're building that should be available from Monday. We posted over the weekend as we do these. We're gonna have a meeting Saturday, Saturday evening here at 15 Limehouse. Um, Cousin Cindy, my cousin in the background. I don't know, Cindy, if you wanted to contribute or you're just sitting there and support. You know what I mean? You can give me a sign or a signal if you want to support. I see you there. Who grew up in this house. We're gonna turn the house into a learning co-op center. Cause so if you want to contribute or anything on the M levels, he spent his early years there. He knows the presence. Pigeon View overlooking Pigeon Rocks and the location and the connection to our grandparents and the lineage or the Gibbons lineage in this lane and just family and whatnot, and based around storytelling and all of that. So that we've got the pieces in place. We'll post in the Telegram, the Unschooling Telegram. Look out for that if you want to participate in it. And we're gonna have this session Saturday here, finalizing the pieces of this co-op. That'll be one part of it will be based here, particularly for the primary school age children. It's looking like so far in that age, and then maybe a different center for the middle school age children. We'll see. We'll see how the numbers go and set that up. So now, in terms of the media, let's get into that real quick. Comments. Let me hit these comments real quick, and then we talk about the social media and privacy, and maybe you might want to share what happened to you and what directions we can make, or whether we're going to stay on Facebook at all. You know what I mean, going forward. Let me hit the comments up real quick. So Sophia says, please research the Rethinking Everything conference and retreat. Our family has been involved in this for 14 years. So glad we have a community coming together in Bermuda that is ready. Yes, let's put that together. So if you could post that link, if you think that fits in the unschooling, Sophia, post that in there and use that. And we're gonna get Keisha in there. Keisha's been involved in education and things long time, same way. Keisha says the school system is not for us. My son has struggled since preschool. At the age of 2, he was able to have conversations with adults far more advanced than the rest of his class. That, I think, set the tone for him hating school. He's labeled and is being put in a box that he will never fit in. I'm telling you, this is proof. He is now labeled ADHD because his mind's moving too fast for the rest of them. It's just ridiculous. And they are pushing meds. Well, not my baby. Department of Education. She's telling them straight. And if you know Keisha, she means this. Let's get it. Unschooling. So look, tune in. If you're not already in the unschooling group, Keisha will get you in there and get this. Yeah, we're bringing them out. Bring that box out of that box. No, it ain't no more boxes. You know what I mean? Sophia says, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's being done in many communities. Let's go. Exactly. Yeah. It's just bring the resources together. We just need these kind of hubs, just bringing the resources together. We definitely don't have to try to overthink this process. You know what I mean?
We've done it before.
We've done it before. We've done this all before. Oh, that came so clear yesterday. We had this meeting, the circle. It was a healing circle yesterday that took place out here in the front yard. And we tapped in, and amongst the group of us, the 4 of us, and about 5 of us, because of the daughter, Charari knew. It was just amazing that you just felt this immediate. These 2 people, Priya, who's visiting and is on her way to Tanzania here, and then Ngadi came, and the 2 of them within 5 seconds of being in their presence just clicked in because she had her crystals present, her tiger's eye and moonstone there, and they just tapped in on that and they went up, just going. So you knew these were ancient souls that have been together and just found themselves again. It's like, where you been all this time? The second statement they said, where you been all this time? Because they recognized each other from, it was amazing being a part of it. Yesterday was a blessed day, no doubt. So on them levels, to come back to the media piece, let's tap into that real quick and then finish out by 10 and get and deal with some things. So what's your feelings overall in terms of Facebook and what you see your direction?
Well, it was kind of a wake-up call for me. I've never been a person who was too concerned about privacy settings and making sure that everything was private, location. To me, this is fear-based actions. So I'm like, whatever, I didn't pay it too much mind. However, last night I was just chilling. Then my stomach started hurting me for some reason. Then a few minutes later, I go on my Instagram and I tried to check somebody's page who I follow. And it's telling me that the page is private, which is not. I know it for a fact. I'm like, why can't I see their profile? So I switched to my personal. So I have my Dream Factory Instagram and I have my personal Instagram. Switch to my personal Instagram. Go check her page. You can see it. No problem. I go back to my Dream Factory and then it says can't upload it tells me weird messages. And then come to find out that then after my screen goes white and shuts down, I tried to restart my phone and it was still, anyway. Come to find out that Instagram tells me that my account has been compromised.
Wow.
So I was being hacked live as it was happening. And my stomach was hurting. My solar plexus was in pain. I was like, what is going on? It was really scary. And then, well, that's it. After that, I had to change my password. And then I just said to myself, wow, this is concerning. It's never happened to me before. I'm not a person who posts a lot. I don't say much on social media. I post a lot of positivity. That's what I like to do, to post about, quotes and stuff like that. So I'm like, why would I get hacked?
Right.
Look, I have about 9 posts on that page anyway. I just started that page.
Right.
So in my mind, I went like, you know what? This is probably related to the topics that we are addressing here in dCyfa. And Facebook is linked with Instagram. Therefore, they can communicate freely. I don't know how it happens in the background, but yeah, it was an eye-opener for me. It was really concerning to see that. I don't know if anybody else has been hacked before, if anybody has advice for me, because I'm a little bit ignorant in that area, because I have purposely not paid any attention to that because I didn't want to. But now it's happening to me and I'm like, okay, I'm a person that sometimes I need to learn the hard way. And that's just how I am. Like, I need to experience things and feel. I'm the person who's gonna put my hand on the burner just to check if it's really hot, know. So I got burned a little bit yesterday. So I was like, you know what? Okay, let's pay attention. So I'm opening the conversation. If anybody has comments, advice, I'm definitely going to close my Facebook account, delete it entirely. Probably going to keep the Instagram going, even though it got hacked. But I don't know. I don't feel in my spirit to close it yet. I'm going to start by Facebook. But if anybody has advice when it comes to privacy settings on our phone, on our computer, I think that's an interesting conversation that we can have. Maybe not here, but in Telegram.
Yeah. I think we could take the heavy side of it to Telegram.
Yeah. So that we can just all protect ourselves. One other link that I'm going to make with Thrive, though, is on Thrive 2. They're talking about a emerging internet that is using as well. I think it's using the unified field, but I'm not 100% sure. It's called Zenek, and it's going to be the next internet. Basically, that's what the technology that they're working on, and it would be completely different. No emission of the 5G and the waves that are not good for us. Is a clean internet. Completely new technology that they built from the ground up. So they're talking about it in Thrive 2 if you're interested in finding out. Zenek, and also pure energy coming from the unified field for our power, electricity.
Wow.
So the solutions are here. They have been working on it for a long time. So, I mean, it's up to us to continue encouraging them, because a lot of these movements are getting shut down by the government. I was very sad to learn that one of the genius scientist that was working on a clean, free energy source. Um, his thing was based around not radio frequency,
Mm-hmm.
pulling energy from radio frequency in Zimbabwe. So they traveled to Zimbabwe to meet him and interviewed him, tested the technology. Everything was running through. And after they left, the men got arrested. He got put in prison. The inventor, he got poisoned, but he survived everything. And I just learned to like a few days ago that he actually passed away.
Wow.
He passed away in a car accident. They do say that it is not, it's like an accident, a real accident, but I'm not sure if I believe that, to be honest. It's kind of strange, that he would strangely disappear like that. So that's a lot of people working on viable options for the human race are getting silenced, censored, eliminated. So it's concerning because it starts with some censoring. When we make sense on social media and the wrong people hear us, they are shutting us down. And there's no limit to what they can do.
No.
Clearly.
No limit.
We have to be active on how we're going to move forward. And that was my wake-up call yesterday for me. And that's why I signed on to Thrive this morning. I was like, this is it. I'm moving. Check you later.
Check you later.
Those who know me know how to reach me.
This is it. Yeah. I think, see, Facebook, the lure is this, being able to connect with so many people. So it is a good resource in that sense because everybody's on it. And if you need to reach somebody that you have, you don't have a direct contact, you can find them on Facebook. But what that does is open you up for these other back doors that you don't want. People, because this last week I've been accepting a good bit of friend requests and whatnot, and I see then these people start that I don't know coming in and asking questions. Send me an email to her. I know, phishing schemes and whatnot. You know what I mean? So I enjoy it. I love. So I go in deep and ask them all types of questions. You know what I mean? Where you from? How you know me? What you know what I mean? Just I'm that guy that invites Jehovah's Witness inside. You know what I mean? I see them come and say, "Oh boy, so
Me
some
too.
excitement. Come inside, offer them tea and biscuits." And before they know it, I'm hitting them with the hard questions. Are you really sure you? They know better. They know better than to come up my alley. if they wanted to hand out some pamphlets, ain't gonna be that easy, mate. I got pamphlets too. So anyway, I just say that to say that I explore these interactions. I love these interactions with people that are trying. They think they're trying to hack me with these, this because a lot of it is social hacking. If you're done in any cybersecurity, I'm did some cybersecurity courses about to start. Hopefully, if things get on track, offering Net Academy for our high school students. Net Academy through Cisco. I'm sure, Kazi, I need to talk to you in the background about that. Net Academy through Cisco and being able to offer that to our young adults and those that are coming through rehabilitation process of the correctional system. We're looking to offer this to them and retrain and upskill them and retrain them and give them these
awesome
networking skills. So part of it is cybersecurity. Jump in.
So if I'm understanding correctly, you're teaching them how to be safe on the internet, right? Am I understanding?
Yeah, cybersecurity. Half of it is how to be safe in the internet.
See,
and,
why don't we teach? See,
we will.
Anyway, that's just another thing. It's like we need to teach children how to use the tools that they already have in their hands.
Yeah.
Like how is it that I don't know about that stuff? Part of it is my responsibility.
Yes.
But I mean, it's kind of not easy to find this information.
No. So, but yeah, they don't make it as easy as they could.
Yeah.
Definitely make it because then they want to sell you this antivirus stuff, and you know what I mean. So
For
they
the
got
virus that they create.
that the same. It's all the same scientists that are you know, exploring this. They work hand in hand. It is, if you look at it, they even use the same terminology now. It is the same. They're doing the same things in those laboratories that build the cybersecurity laboratories that are programmed towards building antivirus software.
Mm,
We're doing the same thing. This gain of function. We haven't going in heavy on this concept here, but what happens in these gain of function laboratories in biological sciences, where and virology, where they're experimenting on increasing the virulence or the pathogenicity of these viruses intentionally, to say, they say simulating it so they can test out how bad they're doing the same thing in computer space. But let's go to some comments real quick.
yep.
Keish says, yeah, oh my god, me too. I used to always talk to the Mormons. Yes, yes. Pass them in the street. Yeah, once I stopped.
Same, Keisha. I invite them in too.
Well, the Mormons don't come to my house. It's, the Jehovah's Witnesses too. And Kish, you know, me and Dean used to go up heavy, but Dean's, well, anyway, we can get into Dean's story. But I used to hit Dean up hard in the barbershop and things too. The Jehovah's Witness. I love a little reason with witnesses. But the Mormons, one time, I was sitting off in this park, and they were walking around the park. They came, sat next to me, and started talking. I met them this story and told them I'm from the future, and you know what I mean. Just gave them this, I gave them this whole meditation piece I was on. Oh, it shocked them. They got up and said, "Oh, I don't know if it's really serious." I was just exploring. I test things out. Anyway, I'm had some fun with Mormons too. He says, yeah, they were unbelievable. It's funny because you gotta be able to exchange. I don't know. They assume that they're the only one doing research. Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons and whatnot. They're the only ones reading. You know what I mean? Look, I read too. It's just we just got different backgrounds.
Right.
Sophia says, started teaching them about the truth about their bodies. I think she was following through with yes, started teaching them about the truth about their bodies, in just referring to the education and this program. She mentioned it earlier. Rethinking everything. Yes, give them for that. And Keisha says, yeah, Dean too, hitting up Dean, giving him a hard time. He always thought he was. But anyway, we know the Dean story. We talk about Dean in the background. So in terms of the media piece and closing it up, because we're already going 10 and try to keep this one shorter, and run a little bit of tune. So yeah, the cybersecurity, the training, preparing our young people and do these courses and retraining, reskilling our young adults, and this through rehabilitation, through this concept of cybersecurity, so we can build our own networks and have that basic, because the majority of entrances now into your system, the hacking, you actually kind of have to let them in majority of the time, which is called social hacking. And they'll send you a message in Facebook or something and invite you into the space, lure you in, phishing and these different techniques. And then you send them some information, or you open up a PDF or some other executable link they send you or something, and it installs a worm on your machine locally. Or so the social part is not as much more a problem than, which means interacting with other people that are hacking you, as opposed to the other techniques like using bots and AI type of algorithms to shift your traffic to a certain you know what I mean, your network traffic to a different computer and things. Those type of things aren't as prevalent globally as this phishing stuff. You got guys in Nigeria that will send you a message and get you, and then they get into your system through you. You know what I mean?
Right. As you're interacting with them, and
yeah,
the longer they keep you on, is it like that? The longer they keep you on, the easier it is for them, because they
get it. Yeah. You end up giving them access through, you know what I mean, trust, by building up this trust, and they use these different techniques to build up trust with you. So we got to be wary of those things. But passwords is the simplest thing. Keep changing your passwords. Use this is just a simple technique in general. You want to use passwords that use a password manager. That's one thing, but they are hackable also.
Yeah, I want to write my passwords down on a piece of paper. That's what
I would, so that is advisable if you keep, if you got a place to keep this private. But if someone gets in your house and gets to your passwords, if that's what they're looking for, that's if you got top secret stuff. But you know what I mean. General people should be able to. Yeah, you're not an agent or anything.
person.
Yeah, just a normal. But you should be able to just write them down and have a track of them and keep them. But what you want to use is statements. Use sentences or you know what I mean. Don't use dates like don't use like your birth date and stuff and your initials and things. There's people can they can use a process elimination and figure out your passwords. There's certain processes they can go into to figure those out. If you're using key information like your mother's maiden name and your birth date and stuff like that, that's not really wise. Use some statement, make a statement up, and then use the initials and change them up and put some signs and symbols in there. And then see, now what you want to do is change those periodically, every month, 2 months, 3 months, change that up and have it kind of rolling type of process, and then use that for all of your main ones, or just use a password manager. So that would be the advice real quick I give for to maintain. Don't interact. Don't send anybody your email that you don't know, any information you don't know, because you're just opening up avenues for them to get closer and closer. Build that trust up, and then they'll send you a file and get into your machine that way.
Thank you for that. I have no idea how this hacking occurred because I haven't interacted with anybody that I don't know. I'm kind of suspicious because it never happened before, and I'm not doing anything different. So I'm like, what are you guys up to right now? Wow. Strangely enough, the only thing that I could see could potentially be attractive to them is the topics that we talk about here. Yeah. So yeah.
So we got to think about that, and so in that whole context, evaluating and talking about Facebook itself, and the fact that they sell your data. Now that movie. So let's get into that real quick. I don't want to spend too much time, but the movie. So you suggested it yesterday. My children had said it was fun. I heard them talk about it. We normally watch that together, but those type of movies together. But this I watched it here last night, and we talked about when you sent me the message and said, "Oh yeah, I'm being hacked." That was just the moment where we're talking about Mitchells and the Machines, or something like that.
The Mitchells
Mitchells versus the Machines.
Yeah.
And so it was just when they were going into the mall, and all of the devices that had a chip in it. It says they're preparing us for this. I'm telling you, this whether they're desensitizing us or somebody's saying, look, I'm going to give out the secret, and if you want to pay attention, I'm going to put it in a movie, and you need to pay attention. This is your way out. If so, it's two ways. It could be somebody saying, hey, I'm going to give you a little bit of a breadcrumb, piece these pieces together, and figure your way out of this matrix. You know what I mean? So there's a positive way of looking at it.
Yes.
We talked about
my view, but yeah. It's like, come on, look, just open your mind. It's about to go down, people. Just wake up now. That's how I feel. They're like, apocalypse. If you don't change anything, the robots are going to take over. And people be like, ha, 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 no, it's a child's movie. But people that are tuned in were like, wait. Then there's even quotes in the movie when in the car. Did you notice? The mom, I have to go watch it.
The mom, her character was crazy.
When she lost her mind, when they took her baby and she lost her mind and slayed these robots, anime style. We watched that on replay a few times because it was like,
heavy.
Don't attack the mother's babies. She will end you. She will end you.
That whole rule of mother, how they emphasized mother, and they kept using that term mother, and then the robots kept talking about a mother, my mother, where your baby is now. They kept saying there's something going on there with that character. How do you know what I mean? how they started to adore her and they connected to her, the mother specifically, and give her instructions and whatnot. Anyway,
The
they,
robots responded to love.
to love, yes, they started
The
to.
robots responded to love. So the message was to keep, she said to them, "You guys help me out. You're part of the family now."
Your father,
They were like, "Oh my gosh." And they contributed to saving the world in the end. Even though they were robots, they responded to that love and care that the mother gave, you know? Anyway, guys, go watch this movie, but put your optimistic lenses on when you watch it and try to get those messages. And that's funny because it's the first conversation I ever had with Canterbury. We're talking about movies. I'm not a person who watches a lot of movies because I'm very sensitive. Like, I'm the type of person who hides their eyes when there's too much blood and stuff like that. So when I do watch movies, though, I pay attention, and the messages are there. You know, I don't think that they're playing when they're sending messages. And for whoever is ready to receive, it will speak to you. So put that thinking hat on when you watch movies and try to get the messages that the writer, the artist behind everything, the person who had the idea, there's a reason why they wanted to make a movie about this. It's not just for entertainment. It's a message. There are messages in music and there are messages in all forms of arts because it's creative expression of somebody's mind, right? So you have to kind of like open up your mind to see, hey, can I hear you? I want to hear that message.
This is it.
Thanks for
This
that.
is it. Yes, no, thank you. Yeah, this is just tapping in. Like I said, when you sent me that message, said, "Oh, I'm being hacked right now," and that was happening. It was confirmation from the universe to me that this is all. You know what I mean? When he wrote it, was that was the moment when all of the refrigerators and toasters and everything just came and started attacking them. It was, hey, this just shows the
Furbies.
synchronicity. It's just the synchronicity when we get on, when we come around people that are like-minded. This is the type of things that happen, and we should be anticipating and not amazed by it.
Yeah,
This
but it's mind blowing regardless every time.
yes, yes, yes,
Well,
yes.
I don't think I'll ever get used to that. Every time I'm like, how is it that you were watching that and at the same time my
The-
screen was going white, flashing, getting hacked?
hey, it just shows us the power. So Sophia's got a comment. Sophia says, "Look, I'm ready to teach. Remind of our power and grow." Telegram. So she's gonna we could go switch from here, go to Telegram and get on some more direct planning pieces.
Mm.
We're gonna make this is how this is looking and taking shape. We come on here, we talk. I'm gonna close my personal Facebook myself, and well, I already closed my Iman Gibbons Facebook, but I've got another one that's I did under dCyfa, but it still has my name attached to it, and it's a personal page. I don't understand how that works. I'm gonna figure that out today. Close that one out, and just run the dCyfa Facebook page where the dCyfa stream goes out, and I'll keep that up for as long as we need to. But until we figure out and get the website up or whatever platform that we're going to be using to connect and do this, the talking part where we're reaching out to the community. This will be like an outreach space and have these conversations and whatnot. But we're gonna we're gonna refrain from discussing real plans and things here in this space, right? Because we don't want to give up all of our, you know what I mean, even trade secrets. You know what I mean. You want a slight advantage or something, or those who you might consider the adversary or whatnot. You don't want to give them your plans either, right? So just we can take that to Telegram, but the real connections we're gonna start doing, and tomorrow will be the first. It's looking like will be the first one where we'll have an actual in person. Let's get together, sit off, and plan out and join together. Let's come together with the A, gather, right?
Gather.
Come together, yeah, and meet and share and set up this co-op for this unschooling co-op um, on Saturday evening. So the exact time is between 4 and 6. We'll meet up and spend the evening together. Maybe light a fire. I'm still got some rubbish we're cleaning up around. debris and stuff from cleaning up, and maybe burn some of that, maybe have a fire or whatnot. We'll see. Um, but here's a 15 Limehouse, and we'll talk about that. But let's wrap up and go onto Telegram. I think we
Yeah,
could go to the unschooling. We can have a session in the unschooling page
this
and do a
group
poll.
we can't share the link. So if anybody wants to join the unschooling, just notify Iman, I guess, or myself if you have my phone number
Mhm.
on Telegram, so we can add you to the unschooling group. If you're not in it yet, you need to be added. So we can't share the link to this one. I tried it. That's why I know that it's not possible. So let's just, if you have interest in this group, this section of dCyfa, just notify Iman or myself, and we'll add you to the group.
Perfect. Um, and in that note, on that note, so I got it. So we're gonna shift over there. Um, one more thing came to my mind real quick just now. Let's right. So we can go there. We're doing the meeting. I'm gonna wrap up here. Had a thought just coming to me, but right. You were saying that you were joining. Oh no, the Thrive stuff. So
Yes.
shall we put the Thrive stuff in the unschooling, or should we put it in the group economics?
Well, it could
What do you
go in
think?
both because it
I
touches
agree. Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, it takes Thrive touches on every. Thrive's got all of those different hubs
Everything.
within it. Right.
So
So we put it where it needs to go.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
I'm on there now, so I'll be,
Sharing.
I'll be sharing whatever I find and getting inspiration, because it's about, I think Sophia, with her movement that she's been part of, it might be something similar. So I'm looking forward. She says she's ready to teach. I am looking forward to hearing what she's been up to.
Yeah, definitely. And we're
Let's,
gonna get Jana in, and let's get Jana in there.
yeah, let me call her. I don't know what Jenna's doing
Cool.
right now.
Yeah,
She's
cool.
been busy, she's
Yes.
she's been real busy and with good busy. But yeah, I'll hit her up, see if she can come and contribute.
All right, pretty. All right, any other closing words, messages? I don't know. Moorish is back there. I don't know, Moorish, if you had anything to contribute today, let me give me a sign. But you have anything to before I drop a couple? I'm gonna just run some dub, and then go over to Telegram, the unschooling, and start a call there. So anything you have any parting words, any messages?
No, well, thank you for being here. Thank you for the space. And I thank the universe for the wake up call yesterday. Was not fun at all, but necessary. In every adversity, there's a seed of opportunity. So now that was my wake up call to take action on something that needs to be done. Also, if we have any if you know, well, I don't know, maybe there's somebody in the community that I don't know of, but if anybody's a specialist with privacy settings and things like that for your devices, just hit us up. Or if maybe Iman, I don't know everybody. So if we have somebody in the community that's a specialist in that area, it would be great to host a little call so that people can benefit from your knowledge. And if there's nobody in the community, but you personally are in touch with somebody, just, bring them along so they can educate and share their knowledge with us. That would be greatly appreciated.
Excellent. Yeah, we definitely have. I got a group, definitely some technologists in there. My cousin, Cindy,
All
is
right. There
is
we
in
go.
technology. I'm sure he could contribute to that conversation. So we get him involved in that component and build that up. And I'm sure he'd be open to that. Spent his most of his life in the technology realm. So give thanks everybody tuned in, being a part of this. Bless up for being the whole week, we're going on almost 2 months now of coming every day. Frenchie for being here, supporting, bringing your energy and your drive. Canterbury, Toy, you got Courtney, God, that are here every day, driving this thing forward. Man, the circle of women, Sophia, and everybody. We're growing this, and we're gonna get the work done. And just the Friday is definitely about relaxing and celebrating that we're already done this before and we're doing it again. And the victory is ours. We just gotta walk it. You know what I mean? We know where we gotta go. We just gotta go walk it out. So give thanks. Bless up. I'm gonna run some tunes. Talk to you a little bit. We're going to Telegram, so tune in if you're not already in. Look up dCyfa on Telegram. And bless up. Talk to you soon, French.
Yeah, talk to you soon. Thank you, everybody. Love you.
All right. So as I pull that out, I'm gonna change up the audio so you get the audio full blast. See, I'm gonna toggle the audio between. Let me see. I'm gonna message her. You on the right track? Yes, 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 yes. Exactly. My call already gave me feedback. Was on the right track already. Oh, we had a couple comments here. Sophie, I missed one you said. She says, yeah, we must address the beginning of life. Yes, we must address the whole process, but the beginning is a critical piece. Give thanks for that. I skipped that and went to your second piece. And you said, I'm ready to teach, remind of our power and grow. Yes, straight to Telegram. Bless up. Give thanks, Sophia, and what you bring, and let's get this work done. So in that note, I'm going to come down, take my camera down, and run some dub. I'm gonna play I'm gonna play some this next tunes, next dubs. Let me pull my camera down, bless up, so that I can pull the flyer, so you know what the, you know what I mean. Grand Rising, just a vibes, you know what I mean. And run some tune from, what I'm gonna do, dub. We also got a DubTherapy. So any people that are heavy into the music, we got a DubTherapy dCyfa too, where we're sharing music and sharing the DubTherapy vibrations, right? So let's run this Inner Peace by Soul Fire Productions, man. Catch this tune. Yeah, Keish, I'm gonna add you. I'm gonna add you directly, Keish, because I got you right here. Just look in your Telegram and you can see your indie group. Yeah, Keish, you're in, Keish, you're in. It's a heavy, heavy dub. I hope you're skanking. You can't stay in your seat to this type of dub. Yes, good, thanks. So over in Telegram, closing out the show. Bless up.